you shoot newborn photography on an iPhone 16 Pro. Today, we're going to put it up against the equipment we use on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to be shooting with a Nikon D850, my studio lights. I've set some rules, or we've set some rules. So on the iPhone, I'm allowed to shoot only in portrait mode because I think that's going to get the closest results, because I can change the depth of field to match my images, and also I can kind of tweak the lighting a little bit. I could use flash, but I didn't order the iPhone flash adapter that you can buy, so that's out for now. We'll see how these results come out, and then maybe we'll do another one of these videos where I either get flash for the iPhone or we use continuous light and put them both up against each other on a completely equal playing field. But for now, it's a little bit stacked in favor of professional equipment, but we'll see how the iPhone handles and we'll get back to you.
Okay, so we're back from our shoot with the iPhone 16 Pro versus the Nikon D850. Now, I've brought two images up here. This one's the iPhone, this one's the D850, just to kind of compare. Now, first impressions, the iPhone looks pretty good. It looks fairly sharp, maybe even a little bit sharper than D850 on first glance. The colouring of the subject is a lot better in the iPhone than the D850. Obviously, there's little things we're going to get into about why and what's going on here. But overall, the quality, the colouring, everything looks pretty nice. I did shoot the iPhone in portrait mode because I wanted to adjust the aperture so the depth of field would be pretty similar in both images. Obviously, this was shot on an 85mm and I think this was shot on 28, so there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but it kind of, the difference doesn't match up the way I thought it would. But yeah, let's get into it. So the colouring on these, so the blanket colour in the D850 is actually like colour accurate to life. This was pretty much, if you've seen in the video, this is the kind of, it was like a brownie colour, and that's kind of spot on. Whereas the iPhone looks really grey, it looks desaturated in a way. So this was balancing a lot more light. The camera only had to worry about the flash, so it was set, the white balance was set. It doesn't need to think, it doesn't need to it just takes it, that's the raw image, it's done. Whereas the iPhone seems to have like stripped all the yellows out of the skin, which is a good thing, whereas like the camera, the yellows, the reds, everything that we would take out post-processing is still in there, whereas the iPhone's done kind of a good job of removing that as best it can. So this is quite close to what a finished image would be, other than for some of the blotchy reds would need to be taken out, but this would obviously need to be darkened and taken back. Now, the quality overall, iPhone looks good, looks sharp, camera looks really good, looks really sharp. The only thing is, when you look at the finer details in the image, the camera stays sharp and is clean and there's no grain. When you go in for the finer details on the iPhone, there's a lot of noise in the sharper details, particularly the eyelashes. They kind of fall apart and it's just like a color mess of just dots. I don't know what's going on there. I don't know if it's the portrait mode is like kind of a filter, like an overlay. I don't know if that's what's going on there. But the camera looks as good as always. This, I think, is pretty close, but it's not quite there. I do think in the next few years, in the next maybe 2 generations of phone, I think phones will catch up to cameras, especially DSLRs. Obviously that's where I shoot. I don't shoot mirrorless yet. I haven't shot a mirrorless camera, so maybe we need to pip it up against something that's quite close. But I do still prefer this image as what's going to be a final image than working with this. But yeah, I think there needs to be I need to do a lot of shooting on my phone. I haven't done much. I haven't experimented with all the different settings and gone in and changed anything. I believe there is it's a 48 megapixel sensor in the iPhone now, so it's worth trying to up the quality on my images. But I think the phone, even with portrait mode, would be great for kind of just taking casual portraits and nice pictures of things when you're out and about. It doesn't quite cut it for this kind of work, but it's nearly there. I mean, it's workable, but I wouldn't recommend it just quite yet. We probably will do another one of these videos. I may get a flash trigger for my phone so we can eliminate some of the variables that we've got going on, and kind of level the playing field. So if you'd like to see that video, leave a comment down below telling us, and if there's anything else, any questions that I could answer or anything you think I've missed, leave that down below as well, and we'll get back to you on it. Yeah, that's it for this video.